comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long. I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
Yes, yes, yes. We will shut shit down. Blessings, blessings. Welcome to Uncensored Enlightenment Talk. And you're here with your host, Grace Levi. And yes, y'all like the background? I said, let me make it official. I didn't use this background since I was reading the Tasha K and Cardi B case. So since we're doing that, we're going to keep it official today. I'm glad that you're with me. You do see the title, Tiffany Henyard versus Dolton Business Owners. We're going to continue to highlight what's going on with the Pablo Cafe and Bar, and we're going to get into a little bit of messiness with Lacy's place. I know I didn't expect to find a little messiness, but we're going to give you an update on the case and also some extra information I found out about this actual organization. But before we do that, we're going to do an announcement. Now, I was just scrolling on the internet, scrolling on YouTube, and I did see Hannibal live, and he did a reaction to the actual footage of Jedediah's chase. Not the chase, but the police interview of Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Lacy Lewis, and her boyfriend. There is some good parts in there that I would love to do a reaction to, and you know, my kind of give it from a legal perspective, because you know there's some policies and procedures people are supposed to follow. As we know, they are grossly out of pocket. But I was just like so excited when I saw the video. I was watching it just as I was coming live. So shout out to Hannibal, as well as shout out to Jedediah. He's actually live right now, and I think he started to do a reaction to it. But with that goes to say, love you guys. The movement continues. I'm, you know, sticking to it. So today, this is our plan, guys. This is our plan. We're going to get into the PABLOS CAFÉ and a little bit of Lacy's place, as well as what we're going to do is kind of bridge into what's going on with the barbershop. We talked about the barbershop the last live, and we're going to have a full live in regards to the barbershop. I'm going to try to find some more clips and bring you some more details. The reason why we're going to do that separately, because that gentleman has been suffering a lot of pain and anguish, and I believe that property is trying to be, you know, maybe taken from him, you know. So we're going to go into that on sometime next week. And one more announcement. Now, I don't want to always talk about Dolton, so I hope you guys support me in my other endeavors, okay? So I think Sunday night I may do a trending topics. There's a lot going on. If you don't know, I did a series related to Hollywood on fire, you know, all of these pedos and things like that. So I do have a lot of clips, you know, that I haven't been able to show that I came across related to Puff Daddy and all of these other actors and other things that's going on. So if y'all can tune in on Sunday night, it's probably going to be a late night. Hit y'all up. We're going to do a trending topics. And then next week, we're going to go into the barbershop. Okay. So we got a plan. Y'all know I'm always going to make a plan. I got to make a plan. So let's get into it. I want to start off by giving you, showing a few news broadcasts. What's going on with Miss Henyard? We already know that the FBI is knocking on her doorstep. And it's so egregious. It's astonishing that she's still acting like a fool. You know, from what I've seen in that video, just to go back, I would love to get those clips. And if y'all do have Hannibal email, please drop it in the box for me down in the comments so I can email him and ask him, can I share those clips? Because I would love to make, you know, a reaction to that. But as I can say, a lot of out-of-pocket things are going on in Dolton, and that shows in that last chase. So let's see what the FBI is doing. FBI investigate Dolton Village Hall aimed corruption allegations about Tiffany Henyard. So we're going to watch this little short clip, and then they're going to watch another short clip.
It's empty, closed for the weekend following a sudden visit from federal agents Friday. The FBI confirming an investigation now underway in the south suburb, though declining to comment on the nature of it, calling it, quote, court-authorized law enforcement activity. But according to sources, at least 2 subpoenas were served during the FBI investigation to obtain personnel records, including those of police officers, as well as business records. Dolton trustee Brittany Norwood welcomes the investigation.
We have been asking for someone to come out here and save us. There have been a lot of spending, just that we're not really privy of, and we've been asking for answers.
The investigation comes as the village has been embattled with controversy for months. Dolton Village Administrator and Thornton Township Municipality Manager Keith Freeman was indicted Tuesday in federal court, accused of bankruptcy fraud.
Our job is to make sure we take care of the business.
He's a close ally of Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who herself is accused of mishandling funds. In fact, the Dolton Village Board recently hired former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot to investigate allegations of corruption and theft by Mayor Henyard, who previously vetoed the board's request to launch a federal investigation into her. Henyard is also named alongside village trustee and community activist Andrew Holmes in a sexual assault lawsuit. It was filed by a Dolton police officer who was a member of Henyard's security detail, as well as a woman who used to work for the mayor.
All those who are doing wrong need to resign. Step down.
As the sun set on Village Hall Friday, some other trustees welcoming what they describe as a new day in Dolton as they await the findings of the federal visit.
Of course, you don't want to see the negativity that's been brought in, but again, the sun is shining today. And this is a good day for the residents of Dolton.
Good day. All right, so we already know that the FBI is in Dolton and they are investigating Henyard and her, they're going to be co-Ds eventually. But I did find another clip specifically highlighting some of the dismay that the business owners are facing in Dolton. So we're going to highlight that because that's going to be our subject tonight. It's brought to you by Yahoo News. The Village of Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard sued by business owners. So let's see what this article says before we get into what's going on in the background.
Business license. He claims he was working with the village to buy and renovate the building. Then he was told his license was denied.
Wait, that was just a short clip.
They are facing yet another lawsuit. This time is from a barbershop owner. Tyrone Isom Jr. claims Dolton.
Y'all, why my screen went like that? I already told y'all what she be doing. Let's stop right there. Y'all already see how that screen went blank? Y'all saw how that screen. I told y'all as soon as I rebuke you, devil. Let's start it again, okay? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. Let's go.
Yet another lawsuit. This time is from a barbershop owner. Tyrone Isom Jr. claims Dolton officials improperly denied him a business license. He claims he was working with the village to buy and renovate the building. Then he was told his license was denied.
All right. So that is actually about the barbershop. So we're going to follow through with that particular situation. You see how he keep going blank on me? So I'm going to find a video where, hold on. Sorry. I'm going to find a video where I could download. Obviously, you see something funny going on there. I told y'all, Grace Levi is not lying. It be some weird stuff going on. I couldn't even get through that whole little short clip. Now, let's get into, I said, let me see this business owner. I believe this is another person connected to Pablo's. I don't know if I showed y'all this in one of the meetings. This meeting was 3 months ago. So let me see if this is a business owner or just a patriot, because everybody got complaints and we're going to be highlighting a lot of those complaints on this page, giving the people of Dolton a platform to speak up of the dismay that they're feeling, all of their different issues. We're going to talk about the water bill, all of that, Peggy. We're going to give y'all the chance to have y'all time to put y'all concerns out there, okay?
And I think County recently has transferred the funds to the village. So I'm just here to request that I need to get paid because I have a lot of bills on that job.
Oh,
We have to pay, and being a minority contractor, I don't have too much money either. So I need your help to please get paid. I would greatly appreciate. It's a pleasure working with the village and everybody else. Thank you.
all right. So this is another business owner that's affected, one that is a vendor to the mayor in the city of Dolton. I don't know specifically what he had been a vendor for, but to show you, it's not only storefront businesses that is affected. These are vendors that they mention a lot of, that the trustees was mentioning that was not getting paid. So this is another example how the business owners are affected by the chaos that's going on out there. Some of these business owners have checks that's already cut to them and they're just not receiving it. They're sitting on somebody's desk because allegedly they want to pick and choose who they're going to pay. Okay. So now let's get into the nitty gritty because Pablo case was a little bit controversial. And I'm going to give y'all where we're at with Pablo's case because Pablo's case made it to the news. There was a lot of things that was put into this case in evidence. So I did pull up that document that has some of the evidence. So it wasn't too bad. So I was like, cool. I'm going to show you some of the evidence just pertaining to what we were talking about. And then we're going to tell you where they end off. Okay. So let's get to it. Let's just go to the big one. There's like a 90 something page document, and I think that was the one I was skimming through, and it's basically kind of like an addition to the one we were looking at before. I know y'all probably don't remember. I got a little bit of ADHD, but I'm on point, y'all. So I know exactly where we left off at. We're gonna start right there, and then we're gonna kind of go down into the evidence a little bit. Things that show official names and like addresses or whatever. I want to scroll by it fast. And we're going to take it from there. Let me put it on the screen. Is this it? All right. Now, I know it says 90-something page. Don't worry. Grace Levi, we're going to get through this fast. Probably about 30 minutes. I'm not that. Oh, we got this. I got this. Hold on. Let me see where we left off at. The untrue factual allegations. I think it was around page 30 in this document where we left off at. This was the cops making their statements that was not backed up by any documents. If you don't remember, in part one, allegedly one of the foundations for the village to revoke his license or not reinstate it was the numerous incidents that was connected to his specific bar, which was not. Let me put myself on the screen so we can be more exciting. Okay, which was not actually connected to him. It was this situations that allegedly was in the proximity. And a lot of these situations, or mostly all of them put onto this record, did not have paperwork. So that's what we went over. And as we mentioned, when they talked about the hearing that he was eventually able to have with Casper, the lawyer, and actually Delgado, because I remember the name now. Now, bear with me, guys. I meet a lot of people. It's hard for me to remember names unless they make a significant, like a on me. So just bear with me. If I do mess up on a name, put it down there. I'll fix it. But I remember this lawyer name was Casper and Delgado. They were the two that was acting over the hearings to get his license reinstated. In that particular hearing, allegedly Casper was overseeing it, and he listened to the cop's testimony, and his findings was specifically, as we said, that the owner of Pablo's testimony was remarkably different. He couldn't find it as factually possible for his testimony to be right and the police officers to be wrong. Not based on everything that we just talked about, but as you can see, the corruption that's bleeding through this document. So just kind of flashing back to what we went through yesterday. And it's astonishing, but it's not, pretty much. So let me see, can I get down to it? It's going to show some of the hearing documents and just the filings. These exhibits, about 3 or 4 exhibits, is just re-showing the filings of what happened in the hearing and some of the exhibits of the pictures of notification. So where am I? Violation of due process. So some of the counts that they're trying to charge them with is violation of due process. As you know, they have never received notices of actual violations. Pablo's, they have not received any warnings about possibly being in violations throughout their time prior to their license being ready for renewal. So that is violation of due process. And even with them continuing to try to get in contact with allegedly Delgado, because you saw in the meeting clips, as the months progressed, first she said that it was the processing, they're handling it. And then she went into the Delgado had his hands on it. And then you heard the owner saying, hey, we called him 70 something times. And he didn't pick up, no return phone call. What's the phone number? So that what was going on. So that's why I love this, because everything is on the public record. If we pay attention, we're literally putting together the case for the feds, baby, for the RICO. They ain't got to do nothing but watch us on YouTube or Rumble. Shout out to Rumble, because I'm actually getting Rumble involved in this. I don't know if they know about this, but Rumble, I see you in the building. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So with that goes to say, the corruption is bleeding through this document. So the violation of due process on those levels. And they finally served him, as you know, the day or so that the news was there. They made a publicity stunt. Do you remember that the news, Chicago News, said that they were followed by the police, and it's not allegedly, it's in this document, okay, to the location the next day they went, after making a statement that the FBI went to, a few different businesses and people in the area, start asking about Henyard. Does that sound like mafia tactics? Does that sound like the mafia? That's what it sounds like to me, but I'm just going to shut up. Okay. So that's when he got served, allegedly, and we're going to see that in evidence, just that sticker that was put up after they were served. Now, this is one thing I do want to show you here. You remember Robert M. Collins. I want to say, I'm just not highlighting bad cops here, because as I told y'all, my uncle was an ICE agent. He worked for Feds, all that stuff. Me and him used to be like going back and forth about his practices. I don't really like all the stuff that cops do, but at the end of the day, I'm going to respect that we do need people to protect us. Okay. So shout out to Robert Collins for him being honorable and putting himself in the fire, and eventually leading up to his being replaced. So here, Robin sent this to his commanding staff. The subject is Pablo's and Angel's Tap. So it was two businesses that was affected. Please be advised that Pablo's and Angels will be allowed to operate while they are waiting for their hearing. So once they receive due process at the time on camera, that they forced them to sign it. Told them, if you don't sign it, remember they said that he was going to be going to jail. You remember from the last? That was ridiculous. A victimless wasn't even a crime. I ain't even gonna tell you victimless. It wasn't even a crime. Okay. And threatening that owner with being locked up if he didn't sign. So after he received that document that he signed, that allowed him to have more time to open and operate under the administrative process that I told you that they must adhere to. But when it's no administrative process, everything is just gray. It makes it scary for the business owner. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, dang, they're not responding. I don't have no license. My license expired. And they could just roll up like, your license expired. And then like, oh no, I'm doing this. I don't want to hear it, and just be a whole bunch of commotion. So it's really a great area for business owners to operate, especially when you're dealing with liquor and things like that. Okay. So Pablo's had the AOK from Robert Collins. Shout out to him again. Not all officers are crooked. All right. And this is the proof. This is the proof. So the Village of Dolton, this is actually the case number, certification of receipt. Deputy Chief Louis Lacy. See his name? Lacy. Let me tell you this, okay? Henyard is going to be gone. That lady position has nothing to do with your position in totality. If you had a legacy, you don't now. It's in the trash. Your name is connected to everything wrong in Dolton. Corruption. Look at this. You're serving faulty business closure letters. You're chasing Jedediah. Okay, you're lying on the record. You're lying to fellow officers in other counties and having them look at you like you're stupid. How about that? How about that, Lacy Lewis? You need to get it together. Or I think it's a little bit too late right now. Like you're pretty much drowning in the cesspool of shit, and I don't know how you're gonna recover. I really don't know how you're gonna recover. That's why I want to do an actual reaction to that video. I have a lot to say. Anyway, so this is issued to Pablo Cafe and in regards to the license. So here we go. Like I told you, these are the exhibits. So the exhibits is just giving these are factual allegations. There has been multiple incidents of let's read this. Let me see what the allegations they wrote. Let's see. What they got to say with the nonsense. 1, factual allegations. License applied to renew its business license. Licensee applied to renew its business license on May 1st, 2023. To that date, the business license has not been renewed. There has been multiple incidents over the last year that has required village police officer to respond to the premises. Not true. On or about June 4th, village police respond to do. Oh, these were all the things that I had read already. Okay, I knew this was like a replica of what I was reading, what the police said. Fight on the premises. Officers are receiving reports of shots fired. And what we know, these are probably the 31 allegations, and I'm not going to go over all of them. But what we do know is that according to the response of the acting lawyer for Pablo's, there's no document to support any of these. That's why it's no need for me to read them. There's really no need to waste my time. Let me see the last one. On or about the same day of June 2022, a woman complained that the security guard at the premises. Oh, we read that one. Let me see if I can read a good one. Let me see if they got anything good. Let me see if they got it. Okay. On or about July 19, 2022, village police was dispatched to the premises after report of a battery. After arriving to the scene, an employee of Laceys, it says licensees, told police, it's spelled different, but it's cool. Do what you do. Told police she was working as a bartender and an unknown man became unruly. She refused to serve him because she believed he was intoxicated. She was doing her job. Good job. You called it. Time out. No more alcohol. I see the place do that in Atlanta. That's dope. They actually have men with the black and white shirts, and they be ringing the bell. I mean, blowing the whistle like, no more drinks. The person be like this. So shout out to Laceys for actually caring about their people who goes there. I mean, Pablo's, I do apologize. Pablo's, because they know when to cap it. So this man threatened to beat her up. Okay. When she came around the bar to ask him to leave, he struck her with a closed fist several times in the chest and head area. He also attempted to drag her out of the front of the door while kicking her and pulling her hair. Medical treatment was provided. She was assaulted. That was because somebody was drunk. That's what happens at bars. That's a risk that bartenders take, and people who work there and they have insurance. Not saying, disregarding her, but to use that as a reason, that's ridiculous. She was doing her job well. They should have more security inside. We did see the Pablo security guard talking about, well, I can't handle the other places. They just be crazy. Pablo's is like a family. No, he said, yeah, Pablo's like a family place. Well, it was turned up that night. Okay. But that's some of the allegations. I just wanted to share that with you. Count one, they're saying that it's a nuisance. In fact, the village restates the allegation that those allegations set forth above in paragraph 1 to 42 of the notice of the hearing. So it's saying that they're a nuisance. Operating as a nuisance, in fact, they just put the law of, what substantiate them calling it a nuisance, or this on substantiating. Mostly this is just the law. So it says the police and other emergency services could say, licensee violation code section 3-1-12. That's the violation. By operating as a nuisance, in fact, the police and other emergency services have been called to the premises on multiple occasions to deal with a variety of significant disturbances and discussing in the preceding paragraphs of the notice. That's the nonsense that they put. This is a result of result in a dispatch amount of multiple resources going towards the address of disturbing the premises. And that's a lie, because he made a testimony that they haven't came to Lacy's no more than 12 times in a year. So let's get into it. Recommendations. This was the recommendation that they said because they said they attached recommendations. Let's see what this is. Okay. Pablo's Bar and Cafe and licensed business and liquor established in the village of Dolton, November 2nd, 2023. The village issued a notice of violation and hearing of repugnance. The notice set forth 3 counts: 1, nuisance; 2, closing hours; 3, failure to abide to local ordinance and liquor act. Proceeded on 35 paragraph of factual allegations. Those factual allegations that have nothing to do with him. Some of those incidents took place, most of them outside, and who's to say that they had drunk liquor from his place? So it's no factual evidence. It's no factual How you got a factual allegation? You hear what they put? It's not even factual evidence. They say factual. How can an allegation be factual? That right there, that don't even make sense. That's the tricknology. That had to be a Tiffany Henyard statement. Factual allegation? Okay, let's move forward. That is like opposite of each other. The notice calls for the hearing on the notice violation on November 29th, 2023. My birthday, y'all. November 29th. Remember it, y'all. Sagittarius. Okay. The parties agreed to a continuance of the hearing date, and request was granted. By agreeing, and the matter must be reset on hearing for January 26, 2024. So it was still ongoing. They actually came to something. I'm going to tell you the 5th of this month, the beginning of this month. We're going to get to it. So at this particular time, this granted Pablo some more time to be functionable, be open. You know, I had counted on my fingers the other night. I was like, July, August, December. So they was closed for 3 months. You know, you remember he was going up there crying, like, please, basically, I need my place open. I'm paying rent, because these people could say they're the owners, this is my business, but 9 out of 10, you don't own the property. And if you're in a cul-de-sac or a shopping center, that's commercial property, and there's a big organization that own it, and you're renting. So you can't own the business and everything that's in it, but you don't own the property, and this is why they still have to pay rent. Okay. So I just wanted to clarify that. So in the period, the respondent filed a motion of the hearing officers. Okay, so this is when he filed the motion to have the hearing at this time. And this is when he had the motion with Casper and Delgado. Respondent moved to dismiss the notice of the hearing violations on the basis that the notice was signed. Oh, let's get to it. So another administrative issue. This is why we had the ending of this. Let's listen to this. Now, the respondent is Pablo's. The respondent moves to dismiss the notice of hearing and violation on the basis that the notice was signed by William Moore, the village housing department director, instead of mayor and village board, and therefore the notice is void. Oh my God. I got to dig my face in the mic, because this is ridiculous. They was just doing anything and everything over everything and anything. They didn't, what's going on here? Miss Henyard, Miss, get to the business. Miss, let me teach you something. What the hell do you got going on? At least you could stand by what you did. At least you could sign it, get the board to sign it. You big and bad. This is how she was going around getting stuff in. If this man didn't have the resources, intelligence, or wit to fight for himself, he could have just laid down. Administratively, they just showed you this is bleeding with corruption. Bleeding. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm passionate about this. It's bleeding with corruption. Y'all heard what I said. She had William Moore, the village housing department director, sign it. He should be going in for fraud too. RICO, allegedly. Now you can't tell me you ain't know you wasn't supposed to sign that, sir. You can't tell me that. All right, moving forward. So First of all, respondent is factually correct regarding the notice of violation in case number meaning that the notice was signed by and more respondent is incorrect. However, regarding the notice of violation in case number liquor revocation, which is signed by the mayor, nonetheless, given the respondent argues that the notice must be signed by the mayor and the board, the motion will be considered and directed as both notices. Who is the judge here? Who did that? The judge, whoever was seeing that, he just let that slide. He just said, okay, even if the other guy that wasn't supposed to sign it signed it, because the original notice that was signed, that was finally sent to them on TV in front of Fox News, Chicago, when that was signed by the mayor, it made it official. The other one, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. In support of the motion to dismiss, y'all, I got to make this a little bit more spicy. We are reading a court case, okay? So just bear with the sound effects. Trying to make this, that's just me anyway, y'all. I can't have fun sometimes. So I'm having fun here with this. I be arguing with when I be watching the YSL case sometimes at work, I'll be like, ooh, the judge. I stopped watching it because I was so fed up with the judge and the prosecutor and Miss Love. Ooh, Miss Love make me mad. And the dark-skinned one, that's the prosecutor, the lady, she's just making me mad. So anyway, just to get sidebar, that's how much I really enjoy watching it. It's like football. So I'll be walking down, I'll be having my little headphone. I'm like, oh my God. I'll be like, because I'll be scaring my coworkers. I'll just say it out loud. Just say shit. They just be like, Lashley. I'm sorry. So anyway, let's get back to it. You see how my ADHD kicked in real quick? Make a comment and say, get back to it, Lashley. That's my government name, y'all. So I refer to myself as Grace Levi, but you can call me Lashley, but Grace Levi, because if y'all follow my other platforms, y'all see that I refer to myself as Lashley. Okay, so just gotta, I'm the same person inside and outside, just a little bit more reserved on my other platforms. So let's get back into this, because the judge decided to support this fraudulent document. Okay. It made me a little sidebar. Well, let's move on. The section clearly provides that the business or liquor may only be revoked by the village president and board trustee. However, the notice of violation and hearing does not revoke the license. Instead, the notice only provides that the notice of the hearing, which could lead to later revocation. Indeed, the fact that the notice does not revoke a license is brought out by this case. The notice was issued November 2nd, 2023, and yet the respondent license continued to operate because it wasn't revoked yet, and it's still operating today. Because the motion to dismiss cities no authority for the proposition that the notice must be signed by the village president. So that's what they're standing on in the board. By the president and the board. It says the motion is denied. So that's what they were trying to put forth for the judge. And the judge said, denied. He ain't shit. Anyway, thank God the end didn't happen the way they did, because I'm going to tell you some corruption. The judge shouldn't have denied that. That's administrative error. That shows that people outside of their capacity were signing documents that affect the residents, and it was just willy-nilly. The judge said, I don't care. Motion denied. All right, let's keep it going. July, you see why I don't like politics that much and putting my heart into it? I'll read it, I'll learn, but I'm not about to put my heart into it. And y'all, they be trying to screw me over with the railroad. Okay. So the village presented testimony of 7 village police officers, and these are the names. I'm not going to put the names because I don't want them to be mad at me. Each of the officers testified to various incidents which the police was called to the responded premises. So we went into that. This is just recalling that information, what these officers said in paragraphs. Mr. Michi also have the following exchange with the village attorney. Have you received a copy? Okay, this is part of the transcript. Now, this is the big document. So this has, you remember I showed you that list of filings and everything? This is literally all of them in just one, instead of me having to hit. So that's why it's like this, okay? The administrative hearing officer acts as a tier of facts. Let's see. So this is talking about the administrative hearing and his position, and that is Casper, the hearing officer, and they're going to go into, let's see what's going on. Research of incidents include testimony about shooting in the parking lot. In short, Michi's testimony. Okay, I told you. In short, Michi's testimony differs so greatly. This is right what I was talking about. In short, Mr. Michi's testimony differs so greatly from that the officers and the allegations in the notice of violation that for him to be credible, the hearing officer will have to conclude that the village and each of the testifying officers had completely fabricated each of the allegations against Pablo. Mr. Michi had no suggestion that the village or any of the officer or employee bore any animus towards, like, I'm saying it wrong, that's right. Animosity, okay, like animus, that's what they're trying to say, animosity towards him or his business. To the contrary, Mr. Michi, that he had owned and operated the business in Dolton for 20 years. So he's saying, in stark contrast, Mr. Michi is saying something different. And Mr. Michi is saying that they never said that they didn't like me. So the hearing officer is saying, well, they're telling the truth. You're not saying they have any malice towards you. I'm going to use that. So the end of the list, the Village of Dolton Code provides. So it's talking about some of the codes. It's going to go into conclusion. And this is wherefore the foregoing reason the hearing respectively recommend the respondent motion to dismiss, to be denied, that the respondent business license be revoked, and the extent of the respondent have applied for renewal of the business license, that the liquor license not be renewed. So that was right here, Michael J. Casper, hearing officer finding. Okay, so that's just going back into that. Sometimes when you read these court documents, they be a lot of repetition, because they got to keep on building up on the facts. So you just got to get into it. So this is Pablo. What is this? Let me see. Can I show you some exhibits? And then we're going to get into kind of like the ending of what happened to them. All of this replica stuff. All right. You see the replica? I'm on page 73 and they showed it again. This is finding the fact orders. Let me see. The liquor comptroller, Pablo applied for renewal, permission for recommendations. All right. That's the fact finding. Guys, I do this in my sleep. I be reading it, just be scanning this stuff, but I know what it is. Okay, January 28th, the inventory here in the village. Let me see, can I make this smaller? Big as paper. Oh, these are officers. I don't want to show their name. They're gonna beat my butt. Okay. So that's the same testimony that we was reading. You see how I duplicated that? But let's go down. Let me show the notice that was on they put it on. This is when he was closed for a little while. So this is the exhibit B when he was closed for that 3 months. And they added these exhibits. I wonder what they was doing. They were showing that. Remember those cases that I was like, oh snap, they referenced the cases. Maybe they started referencing other stuff. So they started referencing a Google search of Tiffany A. Henyard name. I don't know why the hell they put this in evidence. I never saw nothing like this in my life, but I said, I'm here for it. This is her Google, and it's a Dolton mayor denies involvement in her namesake charity. Dolton trustee candidate who lost in 2023 accused Mayor Tiffany of libel defamation. What's that? Controversial Democratic mayor under investigation after wild triad police raid, lavish spending. Dolton mayor Tiffany, they just showing they're showing her. They show who the hell she is when you put it in Google. Tiffany Henyard, Village of Dolton sued for withholding public records. The FOIA, that was something that was brought up in the Dolton meetings. I heard you guys, and they try to just disregard it. The lady who it takes the Freedom of Information request saying, listen, my email not working. Something's happening. It's not on the website. I need to get these Freedom of Information requests, and I can't grant them to you. I don't want you to think that I'm out my capacity. Please, guys, I'm putting this on the record. The mayor, you know this is happening. And guess what the mayor did? Next, moved on, didn't address it, nothing. So I hope you guys are getting your FOIA, and if y'all are, let Grace Levi know, because maybe I can start to use my skills and try to get some of these paperwork so I can read them to y'all, so y'all can see in detail and we can kind of analyze it a little different here. Okay, so guess what? We're on page 86 already, y'all. I told y'all we was gonna get through this. Don't think my ADHD won't get through the paperwork. I'm not diagnosed with ADHD, y'all. I just want to let y'all know that. I have found out that this is because I have a video on this about ADHD, and I used to wonder why I used to see, sometimes I'll see something and it'll come out different. Sometimes I'll see the number 36 and I'll say 83. You see what I'm saying? And it was because this allegedly undiagnosed dyslexia, which I diagnosed myself, it's like a neurotransmitter issue. So if I get tired, well, I'm reading a lot, doing stuff, or the light bother me, or I don't know, maybe I don't know if I'm upset. I'll probably transcribe words. So this is, I want y'all to understand, okay? Because I know, like, this lady read like me, the freaker. Then she talking about dyslexia. This is what y'all need to know. A lot of Black people have this as well, and that's why they pronunciate things different. It's not only a language barrier or people, we have different dialects. It's literally a neurotransmission issue of what you're visibly seeing and what's going to come out your mouth. But it does not mean that you can't process information, baby. Okay, because I'm a geek. I love it. Let's keep it moving. But I'm fun. I used to be that girl in high school that used to be with the cool kids and then used to be with the geeks. So I used to get all my work done, like, hey, y'all got your stuff. Da-da-da-da-da. Then I'll be over at the card table playing spades on lunchtime, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? So best of both worlds. So anyway, that's what y'all getting right now, okay? And because I can't express the fun side all the time at work, you know, I try to, because I'm suppressed. I'm going to do it here. So let's go on. Declaration of George Mishi. That's this George Mishi. This is his statement about what he's been doing. His employment. He had 12 full-time employees, 4 part-time. You saw some of them come up and make a statement. He's talking about the significance of his business, how long he's been in Dolton. Found his attempts to pay and renew his license several times, the situation, what he was told, the runaround, calling Delgado. He probably pulled up his phone bill like, baby, I called 75 times. Keep it as evidence. I keep everything. Just know, keep your stuff at least 5 years in a banker box and then get rid of it. You never know when you need it. So these are some of the incidents when allegedly the PD arrived and him talking about the closure on July. Remember, it was July, August, September. Remember, I was like, 3 months. Good Lord. 3 months I having to pay rent. So this was what he was talking about. Pablo was closed by the PD July 5th, 2023. Following an exchange, my wife, Miss Michi, I went to the Village Town Hall meeting. This is the one we talked about in July, August, and September. Those were the 3 months. We put it on a video. Following the Pablo applied for a non-renewal of the local license to the Illinois Liquor Commission, which remains pending. So he still was pending his renewal. This was as of March, this document, with the state. Because, you know, as what we learned, that the pending renewal for the state is based on his renewal in his city. So this is affecting him. And that's the same thing that had to do with that gaming place too. They were going to lose their gaming license and everything just because it is. So he talks about Henyard respond. It says Henyard respond, the village will issue the license, but they were pending and will be issued once the village internal process was complete. We said that about 4 times yesterday. And it was ridiculous. She kept telling him that. Now, let's see. We're on page. We getting to the end, y'all. It's page 94 because we're going to get to the end. A hearing was held on charges on January 26th to revoke or non-revoke Pablo's Cafe beer business license only. Let's see what happened. That's the officers. Delgado answers were limited to yes in general statement. Officers Mathis and all of them testified were asked most exclusive leading questions by Delgado, and their answers were limited to yes in general statements and conclusion. So he was talking about the nature of the officer response during the hearing. Then it said February 14th, around 8 a.m., Village Police Officer Lee and 5 other arrived at Pablo. One officer told me Lacy sent us up here to shut you down. So this is when they were officially shut down, February. And it says the officer responds saying, okay, Lacy will come in 30 minutes and shut you down. Deputy Lacy never arrived that night. So on February 20th, 2024, hearing officer Michael Kesper issued the findings of the recommendation. Though I strongly disagree with Mr. Casper's finding, taking issues with the conflict testimony he relied on and dispute the bias of Casper recommendation, because we know Casper and Delgado are friends. They're friends. They work together, and they worked on Henyard, different cases with Henyard involved as well. Okay, this is not supposed to happen, and thank God that his lawyer, as I mentioned, was on point. So on February 21st, around 2024, at 4:30, the news outlet arrived. So we talked about that. The close sign was put up there. We talked about that. A warrant motion that on February 20th, 2000, Pablo did not have a current local license, such as that was what the motion was based on. So that is right here. Okay, that's where they were at when they were shut down. But you already saw that Robert Collins gave them the AOK to open up because that was unlawful. Now, this case is still pending. Okay, that's an update. This case is still pending. Let me get to the next document. And as you know, if the case is still pending, that means that they have to find a new lawyer. Okay, as you know, Delgado has quit. Let me make sure I got the right document up there. What is this? Okay, wait. Okay. Give me a second, because when you have a lot of pacer up. Okay, so here we go. Let me move this, and I'm going to show y'all the notice to withdraw. Is that it? Yeah. They're going to notice to withdraw from Delgado. He said, I'm out of here. So this was filed for April 26, 2024. Motion to withdraw pursuant to local rules 8317. What rule is that? Let's see what that means. It says now comes Veronica Lopez and Tiffany Jazowick, attorney of Delgado. He got his own attorney. And let me shut up. I was about to say something that's going to get me in trouble. And hereby present their motion to withdraw as counsel for defendant of the Village of Dolton, Tiffany Henyard and Lacy Lewis, in support of their statement as follows. Counsel Veronica Lopez and Tiffany Jazowick, attorney of Delgado, found that the representative appearance on March 4th, 2023 on behalf of the defendant Village of Dolton, Tiffany and Lacy Lewis. The undersigned wish to withdraw as counsel of recording for the Village of the Village defendants, which continues representation could result in unreasonable financial burden on Delgado. Do you remember? Somebody ain't paying their bills. It's showing. She's so crazy. At least she could pay the lawyer. That's the one she really need. That's the one who was running the damn town. She was paying for them shoes, fake hair, them thick ass wigs, and all that makeup magic. The hoodoo that she do. She didn't pay the lawyer. So he said it's undue burden on me. The motion was filed without undue delay. There we go. I'm not here to play. I'm here to slay. So that is the formal notice of withdrawal from Delgado, putting on record that Tiffany Henyard is not paying her bills. And you gonna blame the trustees for that? Shit, you make $250,000 times 4 years. You're gonna be a millionaire. You probably got 500. I'm clocking. I'm pocket watching. Yup, 500,000 minus all the shit you spent. You couldn't pay for this damn lawyer. You ain't have no common sense, girl. I'd paid out my damn pocket like shit. Rico coming. I'm in the car. Look, I'm acting like Jedediah. Oh, I'm not stopping. That's Tiffany Henyard ass. I'm not stopping. All right, let's keep it moving. Y'all know I ain't got no behavior there. I want to break my mic. All right, now, so that was the notice to withdraw. Now, I want to just highlight that there is a continuation. because they need a new lawyer, and this is not settled. This case is not settled. So this is the last filing. Y'all see it? Okay, let's get it on the page. Thank you for joining Grace Levi tonight. I hope you liked the information. Hit the like button. And I'm going to read y'all comments before I get to what's going on with Lacy and they crookedness and shit. I'm watching myself. I'm my own producer, so I see me driving the wheel. I don't know where, I just don't know how to behave. But God is good. We'll be all right. He's going to fix this Hebrew woman. All right, now let's get into the notification of docket entry. So this is the last entry that is as of May 2nd, 2024. Minutes entry before the Honorable Jeffrey Cummins, that is the judge who I was questioning. That's your name. They need a judges board of ethic board. Like they do have one, but one that really works. You know, the ones that they trying to create for Fannie Willis. You know, they trying to create that so they could control prosecutors. They need it for the judge, and they really need to. No offense, coming in do nothing to me, but I'm gonna just tell y'all now: the lawyer that's on the judge that's on the YSL, he got AD. His ass. Oh, if he got post-traumatic stress, he crazy, allegedly. Now, don't be mad at me. Now let's read this. This is just going to conclude this particular point of this live, where we are at a continuation. For the reasons stated on the record, defendant counsel motion to withdraw is entered and continue until either substitute counsel files an appearance on behalf of the defendants of Village of Dolton, Tiffany Henyard, Lacy Lewis, and until defendant counsel files a statement indicating the defendant has represented that they indicate to proceed without retaining substitute counsel. So either way, they can go pro se. They like you go pro se or you can get a lawyer. Plaintiff shall file its amendment complaint by June 14th. They have 1 month, guys, so I can follow up on this case in 1 month. And defendant shall answer or otherwise plea by July. So if they do not amend the complaint and have a lawyer in or say they're going to go pro se to move forward, or come up with an agreement with Pablo, you would pay him. You know, he lost a lot of money. A lot of people were harmed. You see how many people worked there? They were begging you guys to please. They were like a family. I felt bad. They were like a family. It's not a lot of places like family that you can work. I'm going to be honest. Okay. So anyway, y'all have until July the 12th. If you do not amend that complaint, Ms. Henyard, and get you a lawyer, then the party shall, the judge is going to make the decision. I think it's going to be a default judgment after that. You already know. So that is the conclusion for right now until a month later we follow up a Pablo's Cafe and Bar versus Miss Henyard in the town of Dolton. All right. So before I get into Laceys, what's going on with they have some drama. Everybody's not the good guy, but it's okay. So I want to say, hey, Miss Bridges, Prima Donna Bridges. Hey, what's up? Dolton Town is not in business to buy properties or sell townships. The mayor is not above the people, and Dolton Police Department thugs. Follow me. Super Jail Part 2 and Tiffany 1 got high. I don't know what that means. I'm just reading the comments, but I agree. The rest allegedly. I don't know what you try to say, but with Tiffany got high. But that's what they said. All right. Good evening, Your Honor. Yes. Yep. Judge and jury. No, not today. We just a little bit right here on Uncensored Enlightenment Talk. The Delgado crooked too. Yes. You didn't know Delgado was crooked too? Okay. Let me let you know something. There's a lot of lawyers that's very compromised these days. You would think lawyers are well-rounded in constitutional law. A lot of them are not. You know, even with my lawyer, I was like, you didn't know the Constitution? When did you tell? I was asking him questions like, did you take any specific course on the Constitution? He was like, oh, no, it was just a small seminar, but we don't have to follow that. You know, we don't have to focus on that. He didn't say follow, focus. He said, what we do is just focus on our practice. If it's real estate, it's real estate. If it's contract, it's contract. But they're not going to go out of their practice, and that's sad because they don't know the they supposed to know, but I don't think they apply it all the way. And like I told you guys, I'm trying to be politically correct a little bit, but real is real. Some of them will foul you into the broke house. They'll know you can't win your damn case, and they're like, come on, we could try. Or they don't care if you could win your case, and then they make you plea. So there's a few ways to this. All right. So Kathy Fields, it says, I hope Tahoe Tiffany and her goons save money for the super lawyer because they will all need one. Exactly. But as we know, there's some crookedness allegedly going on in Chicago or Illinois. I'm gonna say the Chicago is like the but yeah, they stick it together. So the people got to stick together. And you got to put everything in writing. Okay. So we're about 53 minutes into the broadcast. And what I'm going to do is give you a word from our sponsors. This sponsor is very special to me. He don't really sponsor me because I sponsor him. But this is my son's line. He has this line called Shoe Pound. And I just want to show you what he working with. Okay.
Experience a global adventure with our mineral wash cut-off sleeve t-shirt, featuring a unique design inspired by cultures worldwide. Perfect for any occasion. Add it to your wardrobe today and join us on this epic world tour.
I can't play that. It got curses, y'all. I don't want to play no curses tonight. So this is some of his line. He sent me some new videos, so I'm going to have that so y'all can see my sponsor, my son, my everything. These are my backbones. All I just have to show y'all all these years me pushing myself, and they just encouraging me. So I gave a shout out to my daughter this week. I'm gonna give a shout out to my son to know that y'all, this is a family business. I'm pushing them for the greatness. So it's just as much as I push my own kids to greatness, I'm pushing y'all asses to greatness. Yes, sir. Y'all should see when I'm at work. I'll be like, come on, get up. You got to walk. They're like, it's 24 hours after surgery. Yes, baby. And if you stay in that bed, you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So that's who you got in front of me. If you don't use your brain, you're going to lose it. Anyway, shout out to my Sunseed. Now, let's get into Lacy's. Now, what I have found, because I think I got to the conclusion of Lacy's, because I was in like the 54-page document. Don't worry, I'll get through it. Today's been a long day, but we will get through it. I think we was kind of like on 20-something page, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get it on. I got the serious face on, y'all. I got the serious face. Let me figure this out. All right, so I know the end result of Lacy's Place, but I just wanted to see where we was at yesterday. Remember that the stance of Dolton was that they were waiting for their tax levy to go through. I didn't understand what was going on, but Lacy's Place was basically having grievance because their license wasn't filed, as I mentioned, wasn't renewed, liquor license, which affected their VGT players license, which then affected their state license, allegedly, which would send them directly into closure. Now, as I mentioned, a lot of the people who are suing don't always want monetary gains. They just want to be functionable. And this is what I have seen with Lacy's Place. This is a gaming place that sell liquor to people over 21 that like to have fun, come together and conjugate. He is asking for emergency relief from the honorable court to allow him an injunction to open his business. He is begging. He said, "Is no monetary gain that I can get that's going to replace what I have lost when it comes to my legacy, credibility, in relation to this case." Okay. So, injunction, let's see, enter a temporary, preliminary, and permanent injunction and join the village. So whereby, let's see, what it was this. The declaration of the Honorable Court of Dolton and the Mayor Conduct is refusing to renew Lacy's Place license. Lacy's Place licensed liquor will resolve the party's controversy. They will resolve it. Therefore, the plaintiff Lacy pleads respectively request that in pursuit of 735 Illinois CS 5 dash I don't want to be too corny, each enter a judgment declaring that the village of Dolton and Tiffany Henyard, in her capacity as mayor and liquor controller, because she got all of these hats over the village of Dolton, cannot refuse to renew its liquor license without stating valid purpose, holding an administrative hearing, and issuing a decision denying him. So she did none of the administrative required for this as well. Entering a temporary, preliminary, and permanent injunction enjoying the village of Dolton. This is what he's asking for relief. He's not asking for no money. He said in her capacity as mayor and the liquor controller of the village of Dolton from directly and indirectly interfering with Lacy Place business and operation within the village of Dolton by refusing to renew Lacy's Place liquor license since April 2003, which in effort has dramatically harmed Lacy's Place business and its ability to maintain a valid state liquor license and valid video gaming license, as we mentioned. So they're looking to get a permanent injunction that Tiffany Henyard cannot, in her capacity, interfere with him. That's what they were looking for too. Enter temporary, preliminary, and permanent injunction enjoining the village of Dolton and Tiffany A. Henyard in her capacity of mayor control commissioner of the village of Dolton from refusing renewal license without first holding an administrative hearing. So basically, he's asking for her to follow the damn law. Okay, so let me get down into it. Therefore, let's see, what was the finding? Verification. Exhibit A. This is his liquor license. Exhibit B. Village of Dolton retail alcohol license. Exhibit C. What is the state of commission is aware that the village of Dolton has not renewed. So this was his letter, looked like, to the state of commission to give them a heads up. Like, he's telling them what's going on. That's why you keep all your records. So he's showing that he's in correspondence with the state commissioner and that they're aware of what's going on. And it says the state commissioner will review any court orders resulting from the legal action taken to address this situation. Other suggestions is for the license to seek legal counsel to assist its current legal options. They say, get you a lawyer because something ain't right. We'll hold off. Go get her. So that's what the state has said. In other words, okay, go ahead. So they still continue his temporary license. Let me see. Ooh, what's this? That's a summons. What summons is? That's a summons. That's some of the exhibits that's in the Lacy one. Remember, I told you that I wanted to look over some of them. It's just a bunch of fluff. Notice of emergency motion. So this was August 2023. This was his notice of emergency motion that he put in to get his licensing. So these are all exhibits. Let's get down to the end. The end result is Lacy Place suffer incredible. I'm just trying to see if I found anything that's substantial. Y'all like, she running through this too fast to read it. I can't read it. It is. Yeah, I got you. You see right here, they went back into the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. And that how they no one should be deprived of life and liberty or property without due process. And because she was messing up on administrative process, here we go. Put that law in there. Declaration of judge pursuant. What is this? Count 2. These all the counts. Where we at? 44. Mandam Lacy's Place Restaurant incorporates by reference. Okay. What is this? Same nonsense. Now, let's get to it. Now we're going to get to what was the end result. Ooh. Got so much stuff up. Let's move this off the screen. And shout out to the family member that wanted to get the information about PACER. Definitely get on PACER. Get the correct information that you need. The only good thing, honestly, you just have to be verified. You have to have a bank account and a real address because they're going to make sure that they get paid for any information that you get. And if you do anything bad, they would track you down. I'm just being honest. So I just be trying to just take it easy on here, just get the things that ain't too much. So this was the layout of Lacy's Place. As I told you, the historical records, we have read all the way down here. And this is stipulations of dismissal, termination of case, Don't think that they have won, because she be lying. She be like, we have won. We won. We thank you, Delgado. But you ain't win. You settled, you weak ass. Okay? And if you're settled, that means that you know you had something you was hiding. So I'm gonna open. Is that there? Let's view this document. Stipulation of dismissal. This is just a one-page document pursuant to the federal code they have up there with Lacy Place in the defendant village of Dolton, that all matters in controversy have been settled and compromised to the satisfaction. I'm saying it wrong. Shut up. Of all the parties. So all the parties are satisfied, and that further, this case of action shall be dismissed without prejudice and without cause to any party herein. So when it say without prejudice, that means that he can come back and file something if these people act up. With prejudice means you can't come back. Stipulation's been there. Case done. It's sealed. So with prejudice meaning if the Dolton Township, which is not the trustees or none of them, y'all know what I'm talking about. If Tiffany Henyard and her crookedness while she's still in the office allegedly for these next 2 years, hopefully y'all get her the hell out. Ask that seat. Ask that seat. Okay? If y'all get her out, or if y'all don't, he has room to come back and say, hey, they are doing this again. So that's what without prejudice means. They came to some settlement that all parties were happy. What does that mean? That means that Lacy's Place most likely got his license because that's all he wanted. He didn't want anything else. He didn't want no monies. He didn't want nobody to go to jail. He should have. But let's find out this. So I was doing a little research. I love you, Lacy's, but I'm going to have to bring up the mess. Okay? So maybe he got a little bit of karma. Yes. It says Lacy Place to pay $92,964 to settle EEOC pay discrimination lawsuit. This was 1 year ago. Wow. May 26, 2023. So you can open on this page so everything be right in front of y'all. All right. So Lacy's Place. This is the one. This is the one. This is in Chicago. How many Lacy's Place is it, baby? So gang parlor. See? Gang parlor chain pay female workers less than men for and fired her for complaining. Federal agency charged. Okay. You see how God works? You got your karma. You got a woman came in and gave you a hard ass time. A woman with power. She was like, even though she was of the devil, they was trying to get you back. You gotta live righteously, y'all. You can't be perfect, but you can't knowingly be like this. So let's just read a little bit of the mess. According to the lawsuit, female district managers were paid less than their male co-workers. This was a whole big company thing. This wasn't just a one franchise thing. With similar experience in education since at least March 2018, a female manager was also fired in retaliation for complaining about the pay disparities in EEOC. Each allegation conduct violation title V11. I think that's 7. I'm bad with those numbers, but that's 7 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and Equal Pay Act, which prohibits discrimination based on sex and retaliation. Now, let me just give you a little show, since we talking about a little bit of law here. Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Who was that written for? Was that written for us, y'all? Is that an example of a law that was written for us as Black people that went under minority and then was expanded to all and even women? No disrespect, because I'm a woman, we needed rights. But this is just an example. So this is how some of our laws get stretched and washed into other things, because it got added into Equal Pay Act, which prohibits discrimination based on sex and retaliation. And I would assume there's a different date. I know that it was amended to add the Equal Pay Act, because first they had to give us a little bit of rights, but they wasn't going to pay us equal. So you already know that's how it works. So U.S. District Courts for the Central District of Illinois, after first attempting to reach the pre-litigation settlement through its counselization process, in addition to the monetary relief, that's a lot of money. That's almost $100,000 you done lost, sir. Y'all making some money over there. Y'all gaming people must got a damn addiction. Liquor and gaming. Make you some money. $92,000. So in addition, the motion relief for the 4-year consent decree settled the suit requires Lacy Place to develop and distribute a written policies against sex-based pay discrimination and retaliation, conduct anti-discrimination training. They say they're going to have to conduct anti-discrimination training and conduct a pay equal study of current district manager pay. So it's supposed to be pay across the board evenly. Lacy's Place must also post a notice at its workplace about the lawsuit and submit written reports twice a year to the EEOC. They like gonna put it on notice. Whoever works for you gonna know you discriminate. And if they have any questions, call me. See, that's why y'all need to be like that. I'm trying to tell you, don't be afraid. Grace Levi will. I'm telling on everybody. And that's what they did. Their closed mouth don't get fed. So this was one of the things that I found some of the mess about Lacy's Place and discrimination lawsuit. So I just had to share that with y'all because, I can't just say people the victim. You're a victim. Y'all see I'm two-sided. I'm real sided, two-sided. And we're going to deal with the lies, the truth, the things that make you feel bad, feel good, and then we're just going to make it happen. And we're going to decide if we're going to deal with each other, we not, you like me, you don't. Do we need to work together for this or do we? Whatever. Just make it happen because this is the only way we're going to have a productive future. That's how I look at it. But Lacy's crookedness got you karma. Oh, yeah. And I made that off the top of my head, y'all. I'm ridiculous. Yep. All right, y'all. Y'all know I have to go to work this weekend, so I got to be quiet. So when I be at work in front of, I'll be up there in Egypt. I can't be talking I can't have fun. I do have a few who know my side. Like I'll be cracking jokes. They be like, Lacy, you funny as hell. And then I get in front of other people. I'll be like, yeah. How you doing? There you go, beautiful. Now I don't sound like, I don't be acting, I'm getting sidetracked because we get into the end, y'all. We're going to get into a little bit of the barbershop too, but we did give you an end in the Laceys of what happened there. So we don't need to follow up. We will be following up with Pablo. So I'm just going to run my mouth a little bit, but yeah, it'd be some of them nurses that be at my job. I was leaving. I had a hard night and I'm probably like the only few black ones up there trying to, stay low because I know that, I'm making my way on the internet and, I just like, let me go with the others. They probably don't catch me too fast. Some people be like, you look familiar. I'll be like, I'll be all over the place. I look like your auntie. But then it was this one. Try to tell you, I don't act like, just because I'm quiet at work and stuff, I don't act like I'm fake. So I was leaving. I had a hard night and she's Spanish and she got dirty locks. Beautiful. But I'm thinking she cool. Like she got this vibe, but something ain't right. She was like, bye. I was like, bye. Okay. Bye. Have a good day. Gotta go. Yeah, that's how real I am. So that's how I am at work. Just to let y'all know, I'm not like a cornball, but I just want to, there's two sides to me. Now, let's get to our closure. Okay. One, I want to remind you guys, I don't know if I have the right email address for Jedediah, so I'm going to reach out. I'm going to be doing some email correspondence in the next 48 hours to a bunch of things that I have to do. So I'm going to reach out to him. I'm going to see, can I reach out to Hannibal? If he have an email address, put it in my comment. I want to react to that video. Ooh, I got something to say. Lacy with his old thick ass lying and And Tiffany, oh my God, you should be embarrassed. You're a whole mayor. They have you exposed. Did you watch that? You better watch Hannibal, Tiffany. I know you watching. They got everything. You lied. People, I'm telling you, I got a good live. I got a good way that I want to break it down, do some compare. We gonna have everything for the FBI. Everything. So the last thing I want to get to, because I'm getting tired, is we're going to be getting into just this one right here. This is a heartbreaking one that Dr. Nikita had brought up. That she said that he went to one of the board meetings, and I was looking for it, couldn't find it yet, but I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna do my little research. that the gentleman who owned the barbershop that I told you that's in the lawsuit with Keith Freeman, Henyard, and it's mostly those two, and I think a clerk as well, and somebody else, that they basically been giving him the runaround for almost 3 years now to start the barbershop, and then he tried to convert it into like some type of skin shop or massage parlor, going through those steps, and finally they said, niggas, don't be mad, okay? Niggas is the ancient word that y'all should know about because y'all are niggas. Niggas, you ain't getting that property. I think we want it. That's what I think they had said in the back of their head, not being funny or disregarding the barbershop owner because he's been stressed out. And I know how hard it is to start a business. So let's listen to this as we start to get closed off on this segment. So you're going to know what we're going to bridge into next week.
After presiding over the brief 15-minute meeting, Tiffany Henyard quickly left, ignoring our questions on the way out.
Funky so.
At the Thornton Township Board of Trustees meeting, some came to the defense of the embattled village leader.
The type of attack that we're seeing strictly off of allegations is unheard of.
This was Henyard's first public meeting after sources say the FBI on Friday served subpoenas at Dolton Village Hall for personnel and business records. And after Dolton Village Administrator Keith Freeman was indicted last week on a federal bankruptcy fraud charge.
Stop having one-sided narrative because it is not the truth. It's only one-sided, and it's a shame that the media comes out and they only show negative things.
Seconds after adjourning the meeting, Henyard was gone.
Mayor Henyard, you have a minute to talk to ABC 7 about the FBI investigation. Mayor?
Henyard is named alongside Dolton Village trustee Andrew Holmes in a sexual assault lawsuit filed by a Dolton police officer who was a member of Henyard's security detail, as well as a woman who used to work for the mayor. And now a new lawsuit alleges Dolton officials gave a barbershop owner the runaround in improperly denying a business license.
I was just chasing my tail. And as I'm chasing my tail, my finances were wearing thin.
Tyrone Isom Jr. says he worked with the village to purchase and renovate this building, only to be told his license was denied by Mayor Henyard. The complaint alleging a policy of choosing and denying applicants for financial and political reasons.
Everything Mr. Isom was doing was within the parameters of the law. And for whatever reason, which we'll ultimately find out, Mayor Henyard said, nope.
This evening, a representative for the village of Dolton declined to comment on that lawsuit.
Now, let me put my man face on the because I never got to see his face. There you go. Tyrone Isom, I have your case up there. We've been reading it. We're going to shed some more light on it. I'm disgusted with Tiffany. Tiffany, you should be disgusted. This man put his blood, sweat, and tears into that place. Look at that. That looks nice. You see that? It got a little culture in it and everything. Where is it at? Man. Can't have nothing. Now, we complain when it's allegedly white people, our cousins. Yes, they are our cousins that doing this to us, but it hurts even worse when it's us. You're a dirty, rotten scoundrel, Tiffany. Let people be great. Why can't others be great around you? Okay? Let me be great. I'm the first black mayor, and I'm the youngest. But there's other people that want to set legacies and do their thing. You just want everything, all the businesses, all the Tahoes, and all the security guards, all the electrical bikes. What is your angle? You studied so hard. You know I got to get on Tiffany. You studied so hard, whatever you did. After you came out of jail for breaking into those cars, you said, I will never go to jail again. I'm going to get my shit right. Okay? You was on that board for 8 years. 8 years. Learned the trick of the trade. You argue with the last mayor. I watched you. They thought you was the advocate. You were calling out all of the same shit that you're doing. How do you close your eyes at night? And you want us to have sympathy for you. Honestly, it's hard to have sympathy for you. That's why we won't even bring up none of your family members. I won't bring up your daughter. I won't bring up your mama because they're going to be like, oh, that's bad. No, because we ain't going to have nothing good to say about anything that's connected to you. I'm praying that you set a better example for your daughter. For real, because you're trifling. You and Keith. Keep his old tall, lanky ass. Y'all, you see I'm going on his old tall ass talking about, I'm scared of Jedediah. Jedediah like 98 pounds. Wet. I'm just playing Jedediah. Me and you probably the same height. You little as hell. Well, I love you. I love you, bro. Yeah, so with that goes to say, I think I'm gonna stop on my little damn rant. Tyrone, we're gonna be following up with your story. Hopefully I can find, now that I see your face, I'll be able to find some clips of you. We got one more comment from John Q. I believe Keith Freeman was withholding those business permits to force them to shut down in order to put his contact people on point to take over the location for possible kickback money for them. And that's how I feel. That's why we're on the same page, baby. That's how I feel. I'm like, this man, even if he don't get this particular property, he's gonna give it to one of his boys, somebody who can, act in whatever capacity that it may be, a salon, a parlor, and let them make money. And this is what was going on in North, nepotism. And we literally friends helping friends. But I'm going to tell you this. Don't be mad. Esau does this. Our white people do this all the time. That's why in Georgia, you have supervisors that ain't got no damn common sense, don't know their damn job, but they know somebody who knows somebody. And it happens. But we got to do better. If we're coming into the system to allegedly correct it because we're finally being able to participate in it, I think we need to do a little bit better. I also want to just address one of my subscribers. I love you guys. I'm going to say this. I appreciate y'all being part of the Uncensored Enlightenment Talk channel. But I want y'all to get to know me too, and I'm gonna get to know y'all, and I'm not going to judge y'all, so don't judge me. I have my own reasons for doing things, and you have your own reasons. If we could communicate in a way that we can both learn, then it's all G. Maybe you can persuade me to get back into acquiescing to voting. Okay, somebody's feelings was hurt. Yep. I have to talk to y'all about this because I know somebody, because this is a political thing. And y'all like, Grace Levi don't vote. Who is she? This is black people. If you don't vote, you can't say nothing. Hell to the nah. You ain't about to get me with that nonsense. First and foremost, it's about what you do as well. You don't only have to push a button to be part of the nation, to be part of the people who are doing something. If you are uplifting one person today, if you're trying to help, donate, you are playing a part or some type of role to uplift your nation. We have plenty of people who have been put behind bars with fraudulent charges that can't vote. Anyway, let's move on to this concept. I just want to throw this in the air. Electoral college. Okay. I talked about that. Nobody wants to hear it. Your voice is the popular vote. Okay. The electoral college choose the president. So y'all get into that. But what I will say, the reason why I actually stopped, because I was participating in the system, is because I felt like each party had their own really bad crookedness and bias. And then I looked at both sides and I saw one body. Republican, Democrat, there was one body, and it made it even worse to know that you had other independent parties that can run for president that they was not talking about, that they would not go to the Democratic convention where everybody debate. Jill Stein wasn't there. This year, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wasn't there. Y'all know he's running. I'm not with the 52 fake out. This is why I do what I do. Also, when I feel, based on my nationality and reading the Bible, because like I told y'all, I have mentioned, I am not a Hebrew Israelite. I do not acquiesce to any organization. One, because I'm a free spirit. I don't like nobody telling me too much what to do. Only God can judge me. No, I'm just playing. Sometimes men will lead you to hell. And then what I do notice with my brothers, that's a lot of some that are Hebrews, they practice as Pharisees. It's all about follow the law, you going to hell, all that. I don't have time for it. You can't be of Christ and talking to people like that. So I love you, brothers. We all have our own journey, but that's where I'm at. So from what I have read and what I feel is that if you sign your signature or you acquiesce to certain behaviors, or you even have relationships with people with certain behaviors, you are of their substance. Okay. You can't hide from that. That's like you having a relationship with a man and he a murderer, but you love them. See, I've been in that situation dealing with these thugs. I had to make decisions like, oh, I love you, but I'm not going to hell or jail. I got to go. So if I had to make hard decisions to leave situations of people who I love because I know they wasn't living righteously, why the hell would I be following people I don't know, that don't know my name, that making way more money than me, don't give a damn about me, and always switching up on us? That is some of my stance. I could go on for hours about why have chose to just fall back. I am down for a collective plan, and it's hard for us to get on one accord. But like for instance, if we in one town and we want this mayor, all of us get together like, okay, this is our demands. We having this issues with inmates being arrested, this, that, and the third. Can you provide this for us? Even when it comes to prosecutors, same thing. Could you do this for the Black community? Just like Ice Cube had. What did he had? The plan for Black America that they got on him. I made a video about that. That was before they had censored me a little bit more. Last year, I started to move on this channel. I was talking about some stuff. I talk about other topics, and people were getting on. Who you think you are? You the leader? You the leader of us? I'm gonna just get biblical on y'all, okay? Shut up and listen. I'm the mama. I'm just playing. No, I'm not playing. But let's listen to this. Moses, before he went through his journey of let my people go, this, that, and the third, he witnessed one of his Hebrew brothers be murdered. And he was actually living in the king's home, okay, at that time because of everything that happened. I get into detail. So he was all right. He was doing good, getting money, everything. Then he saw his bloodline, the Hebrews, being killed by a taskmaster. So he killed the taskmaster, okay? He buried the taskmaster. Why the next day Moses come? I'm telling y'all the story cool. Why he come out and you got two Hebrew brothers that are slaves in Egypt? That's why y'all got to know that this is us. And that's you too, Judah. He said they were fighting. They were arguing and fighting. And he was like, no, brothers, y'all need to stop fighting, this, that, and the third. You know what they did? You know what they did? They turned around and said, who you think you are? This was in the Bible. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Who you think you are? You think you the king of the Jews and da-da-da-da? And when he saw that reaction and he knew that they were all gossiping about what he did, he had to run. He left Egypt for like a couple of years, 40 years, because his people turned arrogant on him. Okay, this was before he came back to say, let my people go. But anyway, that's just a story to let you know just a little bit that those people in the book have similar behavior as you. Who you think you are coming to tell us what to do? We have to stop with that behavior, okay? And I think I'm going to close off with that. I ran my mouth a lot, about an hour and 20 minutes. Y'all know I'm going to always lead off with something biblical and enlightening. You know what we're going to talk about next week. Let me see if I have, this is what I want to do. When we do our trending topics, y'all see my face? My old ass lady. I need some glasses. I need to put my UV glasses on. My head hurt. We're going to get into a little, not a little, but we're going to have a respectable segment to the gentleman who I was talking to. That's not my boyfriend. I was talking about, and his name is King Zach. So Zach Stoner. This is a blogger who was unalived. And I don't know if it's in retaliation to what he was doing specifically, but I do want to send love and blessings. This was a song that was dedicated to him. And I also, next week after that, I have another one. I want to do a reaction video, y'all. Please watch my reaction videos. Y'all got to tell me. My mind be going to the left. It was another blogger video. Now, y'all know I be in the book. I be listening to all types of stuff. So things be coming up. And God be trying to give me some insight on what I should and shouldn't do. And this blogger literally said he was a top blog. He already have 1 million subscribers right now again. And he said that he went to hell. He said he went to hell. He said he was possessed. He showed clips and everything. We're gonna react to that, okay? Because what he was saying was that the way he was running his platform, he was helping sending people to hell. He was misguiding him. And it was so crazy because I brought it up like, to my son, like, I may talk about this thing. This is what God trying to show me. You know, he know that my channel's finally opening up and I know I got to be righteous and make this his channel. He was like, yeah, I know who that blogger is. He got a short hair. My son knew who he was. He watched the story. He knew the guy was famous. He said the guy used to make a lot of videos about gold diggers and how nasty and vile women were and all they wanted was money. So in my just little synopsis, it made that he was not showing all sides of that industry and giving people the opportunity to, you know, see it in a way that they won't make that decision and not just disintegrating the women. So we're going to be going into that in the next couple of weeks. Y'all let me know if y'all like that type of content. I'm a little bit to the left the things be exciting, a little bit corny. In the morning tomorrow, I will be putting in my comment section, you know, that on the page, my live from Primetime Home Buyers. Okay, y'all can watch that, get to know the other side of Grace Levi, learn a little bit about tax liens and tax deeds. I went in today for about an hour and a half. So now let's hear a word from who is this gentleman who gave him this dedication? Wisco Kid. Let's play it. You guys, thank you. I appreciate you. JBC.
Look, feel a lot of pressure lately. They just took my dog. Pray to God that he don't take me. Right now I'm in Europe, Copenhagen with no AC. But I got something to say. Bring the drums in, JV. When they took Zach, my heart cracked. Overseas trying to cope with it, still trying to put the fucking parts back. Shit in millions of pieces. Actually, I feel like it's freezing. You gotta deal with the demons. Zach TV1 in the sky. You took a life. They gave us so much to believe in. They feeling this shit. I'm in my feelings and shit. Think about killing this shit. Gotta keep going. I got a son and he growing. Think about millions of shit. Yeah. And I know it hurts cause I feel it too. But my nigga never really died because we the ones that he living through. My niggas. Living through my niggas. And we the ones he living through. My niggas. Living through my niggas. I got love for all my niggas. They love you when you got it. They love when you got it. They love when you got it. They love you when you got it. That's when they love you the most. They love you when you got it. They love when you got it. They love when you got it. They love you when you got it. That's when they love you the most. Long live Zach. Shit you can never forgive and never forget. He paid away for the city, went back to the rack. So my heart cracked when I realized he wasn't coming back. Life short, RIP, bro. You was cleaning up the streets, bro. I was overseas when I got the news and I couldn't believe, no. You got responsibilities, though. Who gon' motivate the people? But you planted seeds, and know we gon'
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long.
I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all? Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for course access.